Guys, Matt here from the gear shed again. It's just out and about in Wales. Thought I'd do a little bit of a look-see at this Wild Country Zephyros. I'm going to say Zephyros 2. So this is Wild Country, which is basically the cheaper version of Terra Nova. That's, I think they're mostly made offshore, and they use a lot of designs from Terra Nova, and they just do them with cheaper material, make them a bit heavier. This is actually my mate Angus's tent. This first foray into sort of a single man tent, looking with something for bike packing and up in the hills. I think the Terra Nova version with this is a lot more expensive. I think Angus said he spent about 109, 115 pounds or something on this tent. Can't off the top of my head remember how much it weighs, so I will pop that in the comments box, in the description box, once I have a look at it and weigh it. So basically it's one single pole goes over the top. It's got two little end poles. Now the thing with those is they are little short fiberglass poles that insert into pockets top and bottom to give you this sticky uppy piece. You can feel when you push on them that they've got a bit of movement and everything in them. The main thing Angus's comment on it is that that's a pain in the ass, because the thing with those is that then limits the size of the stuff sack you can put the tent in, because those don't come apart. They're a solid piece of fiberglass. So I'm going to be making up some poles for them, 2 aluminium poles that will come apart, that will actually make it a bit shorter so you can pack it smaller, because it does limit how he actually can carry it. So it's a PU nylon. I don't think it's siliconed on the outside. I think it's just standard PU ripstop on the top of it. It's got 2 doors. This side here has got a vestibule on it. The other side is just a door in and out. And I can't remember off the top of my head what the Terra Nova version of this is. I think it's the laser that I do, which is basically made of siliconized nylon, and it's just eastern poles and everything else a bit lighter. I've got a visitor. How you doing, dog? Right, so let's have a look inside. It is quite small. Angus is a big chap. It's about 6'2", aren't you? About that, 6'2", so he's a bit of a large chap lengthwise. You've got a little bit of a vestibule, not really much to spink off in there. Okay, either end in here, let's see if they can get in here. He didn't sleep in it last night. He managed to leave the door open and get it kicked full with water. It is quite small. Oh, let me get in here. Bloody hell. It's kind of made for midgets. So, I'm laying here, look at my ugly face. There's not a lot of room. I'm 6'1". Lengthwise you can get in there, but it is a coffin, really. It is very much a coffin. You can look down the end there. Oops, wobbly camera work. There's 2 vents at the end, one on each end. There's like a little Velcro flap here. Let's do it around this end. A little Velcro flap down here that you can Velcro up. Sticky, come here, you bastard. There you go. It gives you some airflow underneath it in there. So it's a fair bit of mesh, but it's zipper up. Have a look in the size of your vestibule. It is not very large. Even with this all zipped up, I think you wouldn't get a huge amount in there. You might just squeeze your pack in here. So it is snug. It's kind of like a step up from a bivvy bag, really. You know, comparing that to my nature hike. Nature hike is obviously not going to be quite as weather stable because of this as being so low profile. It's obviously, this will stand up to a lot more wind, and the rain will be the same, but the wind profile on this will be a lot better because it's lower profile and only got the single pole. So you could probably pitch this one end like this, say this end into the wind. It'll act like a tunnel. So you've got a little mesh panel on the inner. There's nothing that can cover that too, which is interesting. So I think that the thing with this is they're trying to maximise the amount of ventilation you got. So Angus he's got a Neo Air X-Lite, regular one, that fits in here quite happily, and he doesn't reckon that there's too high. It's not too, its face isn't too close to the inner. So I'll turn this around. I'm just sitting up in here. So as you can see, not a huge amount of room. Definitely a bivy bag. So we'll undo this other door here, so we're going to have a look out this side. Oh, one-handedness. Alright, let's turn around. Okay, so that zips this whole section out here, and then you can stick your head out the side here, see what's going on. Alright. So it's quite cool. I kind of like it. I think the comment is, like, I think after 3 days of being stuck in the pissing rain, in here, you might be getting a little bit pissed off. A little bit pissed off with the size. Right. Oh, let's zip this thing out. Right, so the other thing we'll discuss is one thing that Angus has said that is a little bit annoying. I'll jump out and we'll just discuss, show you what I mean. It's a little bit hard to get in and out. Us people reaching the merry age of mid-40s. Wow. Getting a bit old to get in and out. Now, one of the things he's got is this here is supposed to clip. So this door has a clip on it, and that clips inside. Up in here somewhere is a clip to hold the door back. Up in here. The problem with that, obviously, is this is pissing. If it's pissing with rain, this is wet. You fold it up inside, then the inner gets wet. So what we're going to do is try and hook a bit of bungee or something and actually click it over the top, and that will mean you ain't getting water into the inner. Alright, so yeah, that'll be something to have a look at. But overall, it's quite a well-made tent. Let's zip this door up. What's going on here? Getting stuff stuck. One-handedness. Oh, it's because I'm trying to do 2 zips at once. There we go, that's better. Okay, so that'll give you a little bit of an idea. It's not freestanding, so you still definitely need your pegs. Let's have a look at the pegs that comes with it, eh? Again, not the most bomber looking beasts. They will bend over at the end. Angus has bent a few, evidently. So, but these things, the things with pegs, I usually find 9 times out of 10 I end up ditching them and buying decent pegs. That all adds to the weight of it. Right, so we have a quick walk around. As I said, this is my tent. I haven't used it. I'm just going on what Angus has said. He's used it a few times. This was outside last night. He didn't end up sleeping in it. He ended up sleeping inside the Coleman shelter, and actually in a bivy bag I've made. So he was testing that out for me. So yeah, so overall, that's quite a good budget tent, really. Wouldn't suggest it if you're a big rugby player. Or this is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be a 2-man or 1-man? That's a 2-man tent. That's a 2-man tent, ladies and gentlemen. My God. You'd either have to be paying somebody, and it would be very expensive, or it probably wouldn't be your wife though, wouldn't it? No, she probably wouldn't go in there. That's quite small for 2. I think you'll be struggling for 2-man tent. But that's something as the old Nature Hike over there, same deal. It's really a 1-man tent with a bit of room. You know, you're going to have to jump up a notch to get some room in it, but that's actually surprises me. That's a 2-man tent. It's pretty bloody small. Alright, so hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea. As I said, I haven't used this. We were suggesting, Angus and I were suggesting that we would take these up into the hills and swap, do a tent swap, and we sleep in one and him sleep in the other, and see what our feelings on each tent is. So we might do that in the future and do a bit of a review of that. So there we go, that's the Wild Country Terra Nova Zephyros 2. Hope you found that enjoyable. Gives you a bit of an idea what the inside looks like. It is small, definitely is small, so keep that in mind when you're buying it. It's a step up from a bivy bag. Easy enough. Alright, as usual, comment spot, remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.